so well with short hair. It looks like little bear ears. I love it. Twist the hair. I was there in the 2000s when these first became a thing. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So when I cut my hair short into a longish bob, shoulder length this summer, I promised that I would do more hair tutorials again, or do a hair tutorial every now and then. Now, of course, I've had a couple of weeks since then to experiment with my new hair length, and I have a little bit of a better idea of what the possibilities and limitations are of this hair length. So today, I am bringing you 10 different hairstyles that are really cute to do on shoulder length hair, and I think a little bit shorter and definitely longer. You can get away with 2. There's actually more than 10, but I'm not counting all the variations, so there is quite a bit to go through. Let's get started straight away. All of these hairstyles work on straight hair as well as wavy and slightly curly hair, and they work both with bangs and without bangs, so you don't need bangs to do all of these. They will still look good if you don't have bangs. So I curled my hair with a straightening iron today to create a little bit of volume, a little bit of texture. So that is the base I'm working with. The first hairstyle I'm going to show you is so ridiculously simple. I wasn't even going to show you, but it honestly is my favorite because I just love that sleek, simple style. So I'm just going to take this front bit of my hair. I'm going to lift the hair right here, right above my ear. I'm going to pull it back. Make sure that there is a little bit of hair remaining in front of my ear. And I'm going to slide in a bobby pin right here. So this is basically as if I'm just pulling this hair behind my ear. But this way, when you use a bobby pin to secure it, it will actually hold. And I think this looks so cute. So let me do the same thing on the other side. For this, I like to use these long, extra grippy, extra strong bobby pins. So now I've only pulled back a little bit, but if you pull back a bit of a wider section, you get a little bit of a different look, of course. Just adding that to behind that bobby pin. And if you like to loosen this up a little bit, creates a bit more of a playful look, less sleek. And there we go, that's the style. It looks really cute with a middle parting, works really well with bangs, but will definitely work without them as well, and it holds. I personally always feel like shorter hair looks the best when it's down as much as possible, so the next style is pretty similar to what we just did. I'm gonna use headbands. I love using headbands for a quick and simple upgrade to my hairstyle. I feel like popping in a headband just does so much to elevate a style from I haven't done anything to here my hair is done. It is so quick and so simple, and I feel like especially headbands, they work so well with short hair. I think they look absolutely adorable, and I always love having little bits of hair in front. So here's a little bit of a bolder ribbon headband, but let me show you this with a more subtle style. So I have this headband which is made out of some kind of metal leaves on the side. Just gonna slide that in, and this looks a little bit more subtle, but still you have something going on in the hair, which again I feel like just works really well with short hair. And something like this I think would be perfect on hair that's even shorter, maybe like even a pixie cut. Headbands with an accent on one side like this lend themselves perfectly for that. Or actually to when you don't have a center parting but you have a side part. So let's demonstrate that. Bangs are gone. Magic! So this is what it would look like, of course, with a side parting and no bangs. And I still think looks really, really cute. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to wear a headband, then a signature hair clip works much in the same way. Just adding a little bit of visual interest with next to no effort. So if I just slide one into my hair here on the side, you can see how it instantly just adds a little touch of visual interest to a very simple hairstyle. It makes it look even more done, I guess. So a clip like this, in my opinion, works just as well as a headband. Another really fun thing you can do with around shoulder length hair is baby braids. Now these are very Gen Z and I may be too old for them, but I was there in the 2000s when these first became a thing, and I love them. They work really well with shorter hair like this. So I'm gonna try and do them while also incorporating my bangs so that those are out of the way. You need that sharp center part for these. I think I should be able to make it work. So basically you just take a little bit of hair from the front of your head, center, and you just start braiding all the way down. Gosh, the grip that these hair antennas had on us in the early 2000s. The antennas are back, and I cannot lie, I love them. This is something really quick, really simple you can do with shoulder length or a little bit longer, a little bit shorter hair. It works, it's cute, it's fun. Go for it. While we're in this more youthful state of mind, space buns. Adorable on shorter hair. Love it. And also so quick and easy to make. Always leave the front bits out. But yeah, you just pull up this top bit of hair, and honestly, half updos is where it's at for shorter hair. When the bottom hair won't pull up, there's no choice. You have to leave it down. Create a little ponytail here. Honestly, even this hairstyle, it's giving Baby Spice, Lizzie McGuire. I love it. But if you wanted to do a little bit more, then space buns is the way to go. Twist the hair around the elastic, slide in some bobby pins to hold it down. Doesn't have to be neat. In fact, it's better if it's not, because we're just gonna fluff it out afterwards anyway, make it nice and big. You want to create that volume. There we go, space buns. So quick, it took me a minute and a half to do, and they are adorable. Looks like little bear ears. I love it. I don't know, I just feel like the shorter hair makes everything look cute and adorable. Work with that, it's fantastic. Another quick and simple and really cute hairstyle that I've been actually wearing lots is pigtails, low pigtails. It's my preferred way of wearing my hair when I am working out, because I don't know, I just feel like it's a bit more secure than a regular ponytail, and it leaves the back of your head free for when you're lying down for certain workouts. I personally do prefer these straight and not curled, because now they are a bit wonky and all over the place, but they're still cute. So yeah, basic old pigtails. They are very different on short hair, I think. And funnily enough, I am about to turn 30, but I feel like I can get away with these much better when they're short than if I were to wear long pigtails. So yeah, this is another one of my most worn hairstyles at the moment. Now, if you are looking for something a little bit more elegant or maybe a little bit more mature, then a low ponytail does definitely still work on this hair length. And it's also super quick and super simple. When I'm going for the low pony, I do like to make mine a little bit more sleek. So I pay a little bit more attention to the way I comb back my hair, pull it back nice and tightly. That looks a little something like this. Now you could very easily convert this into a bun if you're looking for something even more maybe business appropriate or just elegant in general. I like to just twist the hair, wrap it around the ponytail, into a simple cinnamon bun, just like you would do with long hair, but this time you'll just need a couple more bobby pins to make sure that everything is nice and secure all around and you don't have your ends just popping out. If you're going for a style like this, I would personally advise you to use a little bit of hairspray to hold this down. And again, make sure that those ends don't wisp out of the bun. The bobby pins do a lot to help with this as well. So yeah, a nice low bun is definitely still an option with shoulder length hair as well. If you're looking for something a little bit more formal or sleek hairstyles are just more your style. Now I want to take it back a little bit to half up, half down hairstyles, because I said that that's where it's at with shoulder length hair and I stand by it. I think those work the best when you're trying to style your hair. Let's do a half up bun with a fun statement scrunchie. When the hair is shorter, I tend to rely a little bit more on accessories to make it visually interesting when there isn't as much opportunity to make intricate braids and things like that. So I'm just using this scrunchie, gonna wrap it around my hair. So this is pretty cute, and you could of course do a ponytail with this as well, or just use a regular hair elastic if the statement scrunchie isn't as much your jam. But what I also like to do is to use a pretty clip for this. So then I would maybe pull my hair back a little bit more loosely so that it has a bit of a swoop on the side. It's a bit more elegant and feminine that way. Pull it back with a swoop. And then just add this clip right here. Then you should end up with something like this. Again, super simple, but just adds that little bit extra. And this works really well if the hair is nicely styled. So in my case, I would usually curl it or maybe blow dry it under so it has that nice rounded shape. But yeah, you could do the same thing with a beret like this. Looks really cute as well. I like to mix and match my hair accessories, of course, depending on what I'm wearing that day and what goes with my outfit. But I have been enjoying accessories a lot more since my hair is a little bit shorter. Alright, moving on to updos, or simple updos. We're keeping it simple, right? But wearing the hair up a little bit higher. So the first thing I like to do for this is a bubble braid. I think bubble braids are adorable on short hair and they are really simple to do. So first you just take the top part of your hair, pull it back, and make a little ponytail here. Just right up top at the crown here, and then you take the next layer of hair from right below. And when I pull it back, I'm going to join that with the first ponytail that I just made and tie it down right there with another hair elastic. Then I'm going to take this little bit of hair in between the two ponytails and I'm just going to pull that out a little bit to create a little bubble. And you want to do this right away and not at the end because there might not be enough length left to make the other ones. So you need to kind of distribute the hair that you do have. So now we're going to do one more where I'm going to pull all of the hair in, tie it down again. I'm going to do the same thing. Pull on this hair right here to create a little bubble. And then I think we can do one more with my current hair length. So somewhere halfway down this ponytail, I'm gonna add one more hair elastic and make one more little bubble using this ponytail hair. And then your bubble braid is done and you could dress this up, dress this down, wear it as a workout hairstyle. You could also twist under this tail that you have, tuck it right underneath that bubble and pin it down, and that creates a little bit more of an elegant look, I think. Less sporty. And this way it looks a little bit more like an updo than a ponytail. Now something really fun that's actually along the same vein is the illusion high ponytail. So obviously my hair is too short to be pulled into a high ponytail. At a certain point the bottom just starts falling out, and I'm not a big fan of the look of having to patch this with loads of bobby pins. So there is a way you can make this work, and it is the illusion ponytail. This works best on hair that is either thicker than mine or curlier than mine. I am not able to make it work that well on my own hair. It's just a bit too noticeable, but I did want to show you because I do know that this works really, really well on thick or curlier hair. So basically what you're gonna do is create one ponytail right on top here, then another one right below that, and another one right below that. So the third ponytail is gonna be right here in the region where your shortest hair can still reach, and the top two ponytails are gonna fall on top of that, so it's gonna look like it's just one longer high ponytail. So let me demonstrate how this works. I'm gonna start, let me take off my glasses. I'm gonna start from right behind my ears here, right below, kind of at the base of my skull almost, and I'm gonna pull my hair back into a V shape. So I'm pulling up like this, and it's gonna end pretty much where I'm gonna make my lowest ponytail. So you want this point to be around where your hair can still reach. I'm gonna pull this up for now. And I'm gonna pull all of this bottom hair, which is my shortest layer of hair, into that ponytail. You're gonna want to secure that with a hair elastic. All right, so then I'm gonna let down this hair, and I'm gonna create my second layer, and that one I'm gonna separate from right in front of my ears, like right up on my cheekbones, going all the way here to pretty much the crown of my head. I'm gonna tie this. And now I'm gonna create my second ponytail right on top of that first one. And then the third one is gonna go right above that, of course. So let me pull that back too. And by sectioning it off in those V shapes, you're making sure that you won't see any partings when you look from the front or the side. So I'm now gonna just tie my last ponytail. And now you can see why the hair needs to be a little bit more voluminous for this to work, because on me you can definitely see all of the individual elastics and you want to hide those with the hair that's above, of course. But you get the idea now. It's just a cheat way to ensure that you are able to make a ponytail that looks like a much higher ponytail than it actually is. And I'm sure you can imagine how this would work if this was curly and just, yeah, filled up this space a little bit better. But that is how you do an illusion ponytail on shorter hair. The last hairstyle I have for you today is French braids and Dutch braids. They work super well on really short hair. I have done them on a style that I say was a little bit longer than a pixie cut, maybe a slightly grown out pixie cut. French braids can be done on surprisingly short hair, and shoulder length is definitely not a problem. So I do still really enjoy wearing my hair in Dutch braids and French braids, and you can do both a single one down the center as well as two on each side of the head, which is how I actually prefer to wear mine. This is another way I really enjoy wearing my hair to the gym. Because it's a little bit more flat, it's nice and compact, and it holds really well. So I just split my hair down the center in the back. I'm gonna clip away one of the sides here so that doesn't get in the way. I just braid my hair. Another reason I really enjoy doing these is that they get my bangs out of my face as well. And again, for working out, that just really helps. If you're looking for a tutorial on how to French or Dutch braid your own hair, I do have one from back when I still did lots of hair tutorials, and that was the main thing on my channel. I will link that in the info card, so you can go watch that if you don't know how to braid your own hair yet. But it's actually really simple, mostly requires just a lot of practice. And with short hair you need to pay a little bit more attention to how you hold your hands, because the hair tends to slip out a little bit faster when it's shorter, but you can definitely still make it work. And then we do the other side. Now, whether you find French and Dutch braiding to be quick and simple to do, of course, depends on how trained you are with this. But I did still want to include it in this video just to show it as an option, because I think it's a great way to get your head out of your face when you have shorter hair. Alright, so this is what a quick set of Dutch braids looks like on shoulder length hair. Here I feel like there isn't that much difference with Dutch braids on long hair. It's just a little bit of a shorter braid on the bottom here. But I do think that these look really cute as well, and they hold really well. So if you're looking for something a little bit more sturdy, then this is a great option for you. So there it is, guys, 10 quick and easy ways to style your shoulder length hair if you're tired of just wearing it down all the time. My hair is looking pretty frazzled right now, so I might just have to put one of those back in. But I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more. I have a backlog of literally hundreds of hair tutorials if you'd like to browse through those. If you'd like to support me through Patreon, there is a link in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching once again, guys, and I will see you very soon in my new video. Bye!